It was my birthday when a message came through. 9:17 a.m. From my wife. No one's coming to your birthday party. Grow up. Sent in the family group chat for everyone to see. I read it twice. At 9:24, I replied, understood. By 10:15, the car she used daily was off our insurance. It sat in my office parking lot, untouched, a spare key in my desk drawer. Before noon, every credit card she ever swiped returned a decline notification. I sat back and watched them stack up, one after another. We met 6 years ago under the flickering lights of a hospital cafeteria. She was all momentum, bright, determined, intoxicating in her ambition. She once told me that ambition without love was empty. I believed her. I gave her both. I worked overtime so she could chase medicine. I paid for her textbooks, her exam fees, her prep courses. I memorized her routines, her coffee preferences, the signals she gave off when the pressure was too much. I was her scaffolding. She never said she'd use it to climb away. The changes came in waves. First, the glances at her phone, that came with a lock screen. Showers that went longer. Distance that didn't show up in words, but in how she looked right through me when I spoke. The affection dissolved into habit. I stayed alert, attentive. I noticed. 3 weeks before my birthday, I saw an Uber receipt. 11:47 p.m. pickup from our home. Drop off at an apartment complex miles away. She told me it was for a friend. I wanted to believe her, so I let it pass. 10 days before the date, she forgot our anniversary. Studying, she said. Her GPS history showed a Mediterranean restaurant. 2 guests. I took screenshots. Still, I did nothing. Until that group chat message. That one message detonated the whole structure. The cruelty was intentional. The audience wasn't accidental. So I acted. First, I shut off the funding. She'd never looked at the bills. I had built her financial world from the ground up, quietly, legally, thoroughly. Every credit card, every tuition payment, the car lease, her entire infrastructure, mine. By 2 p.m., her school called to report a failed payment. She texted a question mark. I didn't reply. At 5 p.m., the car wouldn't start. She called. I declined. By 7, she was outside my office in scrubs, mascara running, Starbucks in hand. You did this? No, I said, holding her gaze. You did. She tried to backpedal. Said the message was sarcasm. A joke. I asked if the dinner with that guy was a joke. 2. Silence answered. I told her I wasn't angry. That would mean I cared. I didn't. I was finished. Day 2, I contacted her school. Let them know she no longer had a financial guarantor. When asked if I was sure, I answered, I've never been more sure. She packed her bags that evening. 2 suitcases. Left everything else behind. Her mother called me, emotional, accusing me of cruelty. I sent her the proof. She never called again. 3 days later, the man from the restaurant reached out. Said he didn't know she was married. Ended it. I believed him. He sounded like a man who realized too late that he'd stepped into someone else's war zone. A week passed. She showed up again, pleading, sobbing. I walked by her without a word. She trailed me to the elevator. You ruined my life, she hissed. No, I said, I just stopped funding it. She warned I'd regret it. I turned. Calm. No, you will. Every door that used to open. Every class you can't afford. Every date that ends with you explaining what's left. That's your reflection now. She didn't scream. She folded. Quietly, like something caving in on itself. I walked away. My birthday was quiet this year. Peaceful. I took myself out for steak. Bought that bottle of Japanese whiskey I'd always passed up. Sat at the bar. Alone. But not lonely. Free. She thought I'd be wrecked. She miscalculated. She forgot who had carried her all this way. She forgot that I watch, I listen, I adapt. And when I respond, I don't miss. I haven't heard from her since. But I know what her voicemail says. I wrote it for her once. Hi, this is Daniela. I can't come to the phone right now. Probably studying or saving a life. Not anymore. Now, she's just another lesson I paid too much for. But I learned trust is a gift, betrayal is the receipt, and revenge, that's just the final payment. Understood? Would you like this adapted into a short story format or kept as is for a monologue style?